right, now, suppose David went away. There was a war going on, and he went away for an indeterminate period of time. In fact, you wouldn't even know whether he was coming back, as happened during World War II. Right? Husbands went off, and nobody ever knew when the war would be over. They're gone indefinitely. And in many cases, indeed, the husbands did not come back. Now, if you were in that position of having lost David through his going into the service for an indeterminate period of time, no assurance that he would ever come back, do you think you would feel depressed the way you do now?
No. I mean, I think I would miss him a lot, but it would be different.
All right.
Because I would know that he would be wanting to be with me, but David's saying he doesn't want to be with me. That's different, you know, that's different. Like if it's a war, then it's not like David isn't making that decision. The government is making that decision.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not the same thing.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. You see, at first it looks as though your big problem is the loss. You've lost your best friend. You lost somebody to sleep with, to hold you.
That's
you lost somebody to talk to, and somebody to love. And yet when we say this could happen if he went into the service for an indeterminate period of time, you'd say, well, you'd miss him, but you wouldn't get depressed. So it isn't simply a matter of you not having somebody to talk to or somebody to love. The thing that's getting you down is the fact that he chose it this way.
Yeah, he rejected me.
All right. So David rejected me. What does that mean? What's the meaning of that to you? David rejected me.
He doesn't love me.
Okay, David doesn't love me.
I'm not lovable.
Uh-huh. You really believe that?
I don't know.
Anyhow, you've had that thought, I'm not lovable? So David is a supreme arbiter of who's lovable in this world and who isn't. Is that correct?
That really sounds dumb when you say it.
So if David said he didn't love me, I should go into an acute depression.
Don't make me laugh when I'm crying, Doctor.
Sorry, person.
I guess no. I guess he's not the supreme arbiter of who's lovable and who isn't.
Is there any reason why we should trust his judgment? I mean, you said that he was acting peculiarly. He talks about a commitment, 3-month commitment, 6-month commitment, on and off. To you, does that sound like a person who's exercising judgment? Wife, 2 children, starts setting time limits to the marriage?
I don't know.
So here you have a person who, for quite a while, was leading you on to believe that he was faithful, and he really wasn't.
Well, we don't know that, but I suspect strongly that he wasn't.
Who indeed, you do know for a fact that he broke a lot of the promises that he made to you, and he's on and off, 3 months, 6 months. I'll see you, I'll call you, don't call me, I'll call you, and all this. And you feel terrible because a guy like that, quote, considers you unlovable.
Only he says he loves me.
Only says he loves you, so you don't even know that he considers you unlovable.
But he doesn't act like he loves me.
All right, so that perhaps he has some problem himself. But why should his problem be visited on you? If David has some problem in terms of a long-term commitment, why does that have to reflect on your own self-image?
I poured so much into this.
Yeah?
I mean, was I so stupid? I mean, I've been married to David for 10 years.
So you're also saying you're stupid because you were married to him and you did everything you could to make the marriage work and to...
I gave him everything, everything. I was always behind him. I don't think he could have, I mean, I don't know. I gave him everything.
Well, you make it sound as though you had every reason to expect, since you gave him everything that was in you, that you should get back...
something.
You should get back something. Where is it written that you should get back something on this investment?
I don't know. In the Bible, maybe.
Okay. You see, it's as though the world owes you something. If you make an investment in a marriage, the world owes you the right to have a marriage partner who is conscientious and faithful and loyal. And
I don't know if the world owes me that, but don't I have a right to expect that?
there are no rights in this world. You know, you're talking about a very abstract concept when you talk about rights. What you might say is, do you have reason to expect that?
Okay.
The reason to expect things, expectations should be based on life experience. And by and large, we'd expect that when a light turns green, that the traffic going against us will stop. But they don't always do that. However, that's a reasonable expectation. But is there any reasonable expectation in this day and age that a marriage is going to last forever?
Because now I'm looking at the divorce statistics.
Okay. So now let's go back. So your expectation in itself that this marriage was going to be different from every other marriage, this was going to last, may not have really been quite reasonable if you took into account the entire perspective. Is that right?